out. So.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
All right, I'm bringing myself in since you're underwater laughing. Hi! Are you okay?
What was that? What was that?
I don't know, man.
I don't even know what's happening. Hold on. Okay.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com. And most importantly, today especially, SidescrollersPlus.com. It's good to see everybody. Welcome out. It is Wednesday. It is hump day, and we're here ready to go have a good time with you guys for the next couple hours. Glad you're with us today. Hello, Blabs. Great to see you today.
Oh, hey, fancy seeing you here. I like how the Rumble chat was like, Craig was off to visit the Titanic when you were underwater.
I don't even know. Listen, I'm going to do some serious... Phoenix gave me some stuff to do. I've been trying things. It hasn't worked out. I don't even know what's going on.
Our tech issues are impressive.
But at the same time, we're working on those. Like I said, later this month, it all changes. It all changes. We're ready to go. After King of the Couch, we got it all on the schedule and docket. We're making change to the show. The betterment for you and the fact that you stuck with us through all this insanity and the silliness of mic issues on a podcast. It's crazy, but we're glad you're with us. Hello, Arch.
Hello.
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 How's your day going today, my man?
Pretty good, pretty good. I don't like the fact that it's summer outside, but otherwise...
You're literally wearing flannel.
I am. I have an entire closet full of flannel shirts.
But, like, it's summer.
I know.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Nope.
It's
a fashion statement.
Like, once it gets below... Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Fahrenheit to Celsius... degrees is. I don't know. Is there
zero is below freezing and Celsius.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
worry, honey buns. I'll save you.
Let's just say it's like 15 degrees Celsius, which I guess is like 65 or so. Is Fahrenheit, Blabs?
No, it's like 50-ish, isn't it?
15 degrees Celsius is like springtime.
Okay.
It's really nice, 15 degrees Celsius.
At what point, Arch, do you just start protesting the weather with the flannel and you're like, I'm going to be warm and I'm going to wear the flannel?
Well, I wear the flannel year-round, regardless of the temperature.
Okay.
It keeps me leveled out.
Okay.
I see. No, the real question here, is it like an actual flannel, or is it just a light cotton that's deceiving our eyeballs?
Oh, it's flannel, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Okay, here's what I don't understand about the whole Celsius thing. And I realize pretty much everybody in the world uses this thing, except for us, right? But it's not very, like people say it's like when we say it's 72 degrees outside, I know it's wonderful outside, right? You say it's 22.22222 degrees outside, right? Because there's a difference between 22 and 22.222 degrees, okay?
There is.
Like there's a big difference between those two things. So I don't understand. And people would say, oh, that's more precise. No. I just want whole numbers. I don't want decimals. I don't want this at all, right? Because if I say look, there's a giant difference between 21 degrees Celsius, which is 70 degrees, and 22 degrees Celsius, which is 72 degrees. 2 degrees is a giant difference between. There's literally big difference as far as how I feel on a day-to-day basis. Blabs, am I wrong on this?
Listen, I lived in the world of Celsius for a while, so I'm just used to it as well. But it's really fun to freak people out with the whole Celsius and Fahrenheit stuff, because they'll be like, oh, it's a brisk, like -11 Fahrenheit, and it's like, oh, that's -23 Celsius, and they're like, and it's just funny. Yeah.
Nothing about
negatives.
Defeater Eater says, Craig, just stop, man. You're wrong. Listen, I'm just telling you what my stupid.
Just muted you.
I'm silent.
Neil, my stupid American brain won't even let me talk. Listen, Blabs,
bro.
Welcome everybody out real quick. I'm gonna do some deleting of things on my end. Okay, I'll be.
Okay, anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Side Scrollers. It's a Wednesday, which means Arch is here. Arch shows up every other Wednesday. In case you guys just haven't figured that one out, I don't know if you're like a delinquent. Maybe they haven't figured that one out by now. But anyway, no, I really want to talk to you about your flannel for real fast here. What is it, like a light flannel? Like if you tell them, like, is it a thick flannel? You know?
Thick.
But why? It's summer. You're literally talking about the heat, and now you're going and wearing a thick flannel shirt. It defeats the purpose. Aren't you hot? You won't wear capes with me, but you'll go and wear flannel, and I feel like we're just...
Sometimes.
Just that question, but like, why would you wear a flannel? That's wasting electricity if you don't need the AC on, Just wear a t-shirt.
Sometimes I needed to be warmer during summer as well.
I'm so confused. Whatever. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome again. I don't know what Craig's doing in the back. Are you enjoying us today?
No.
Nod, shake. Oh, hello. Okay. Anyway,
I'm trying to delete all my mic settings and then just come back with my regular mic setting. And maybe because here's what I think's happening, which nobody cares about, but I'm going to tell you anyways, right? I have this road podcast.
He said nobody wanted to listen, so I just booted him. Hi, Craig.
You're right. You're right about that. Nobody does care. All right. Look, we do have a great show lined up for you guys, despite all the chaos. Listen, expect my mic to drop 3 to 4, maybe 5 times today during the show. It's my computer and or StreamYard screwing it up, but that's okay. No shade on anybody except for me.
Oh, apparently Sean wants to hear about your setup. Go on, Craig.
No, Sean. You're the one. It's okay. We do have a big show today, as we have a lot of I would say B topics. No real big A+ topics today. If I'm just being very honest with you guys, I try to be transparent with you guys. Sometimes we have a hard time with the title and thumb. We had a hard time with the title and thumb today. So we're glad you're with us. We're glad you made this a part of your day on a day-to-day basis. But that's not to say we're not going to have a great show. All right. I don't want to undersell what we're going to do, but this may be the best show we've ever done. Okay. Just throwing it out there. Coming up today, exclusively over on Plus, we have our first ever Plus exclusive stream for Kirsche. Make sure you guys go on there and join her. Coming up at 2 o'clock Central Time. That is 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Exclusive to Side Scrollers Plus. Looking forward to doing that. You can find a link to support Kirsche directly down in the description, or you can obviously use our link and directly support Side Scrollers Plus and what we're doing over there. Once again, it's going to be exclusive just for that. And Blabs is going to be there helping out Kirsche a little bit on the back end and making sure all that goes awesome. So we appreciate you guys popping in.
Jarvis, if she needs assistance.
Yeah, for sure. This weekend we have, if you ever wanted to know what what this looks like here, we have a behind the scenes video of what this all looks like coming up this weekend over on Side Scrollers Plus. And next week, speaking of Plus, Blabs and Phoenix are going to be hanging out here in Texas, which is great as we lead up to the big Saturday night shindig of King of the Couch happening next Saturday, the 14th at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can see everybody that's going to be there. Eric and Garrett and Blabs and me and Lumpy Potato from Rumble and Wicked Virtue. My, oh my, it's going to be quite the extravaganza. So it's going to be exclusively over on Plus. Obviously, the pre-show and undercard will be available to everybody on YouTube, but we invite you guys to join us over there. It's going to be great. So yeah, man, we had the Nerd Duel finale on Friday. If you missed any of those episodes that were recorded live, you'll be able to watch them over the next 3 weekends over on YouTube, which will be very cool. You can see the 2 semifinals and the finals. And as I mentioned, King of the Couch. So, and apparently today's National Cheese Day, Blabs.
It is, and I'm just saying, but one time I bought a giant ass wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano. It was like this big, and it was really great. Happy National Cheese Day.
Arch, if you were to power rank your cheese, right, put them in like the top 5, where does Parmigiano Reggiano lay?
Somewhere near the bottom, I'd wager.
Lad's about to fight you.
I'm sorry, the fuck did you say?
Oh my god.
The only cheese that's worth anything is Norwegian Jarlsberg.
Oh, shut up! No.
Oh, what is this, Arch? I'm dying to hear about this. What is this Norwegian? This sounds way better than Parmesan Reggiano.
It
You
is.
didn't say it right, you freaking you poser!
Tell me more about this, Arch. It sounds delicious.
It is. Norwegian Jarlsberg is the best cheese out there. Recognized by Jeremy Clarkson and other people that I have seen on the internet.
Oh, Jeremy Clarkson, yes, of Top Gear fame, and also Clarkson's Farm as a show on Amazon. And my wife and I are watching that right now. Now? Tell me why exactly this is so much better than Parmesan Reggiano.
It's Norwegian.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. What is the flavor of it?
Norwegian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Makes it way better than Parmesan. I bet.
You've never seen Clarkson talk about Reggiano or whatever it was.
That's right. He doesn't care.
What?
It's a.
He doesn't care.
Hey, Arch, Parmesan Reggiano. It's a bottom bitch cheese. Just saying, it's ridiculous.
Only bottom bitches would say that.
Oh my god, that's funny. Well,
Tier.
what? I'm sorry. What's that, Blabs?
Parmigiano Reggiano, which, by the way, I'm saying it correctly. I don't know what you two are even doing. That is top tier, grade A cheese.
What about where does mozzarella land
I prefer
on?
smoked. So
That's not what I asked.
smoked mozzarella.
I asked.
Have you
where
never
does-
had smoked mozzarella before?
Blabs? That's not what I asked. I said,
Hey,
where
but-
does mozzarella?
I'm literally telling you, I prefer the smoked version of it. So the normal, if we're doing top 5, it'd probably be number 5. It's not my favorite mozzarella.
Oh, well then I'm
I
sorry.
prefer smoked mozzarella. I also really like manchego.
All right. Also today, we have a big birthday in the video game world. Can't we? And wouldn't you know it, Arch? Are you familiar with Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery?
I am. He was. See, it's kind of funny because he was, of course, supposed to be the parody of like the James Bond style secret agent style movies, which were popular when I was but a child. And now, if anything, Austin Powers is probably more memeable and more spy movie-esque than most of the stuff we have today. So that's a weird turnaround.
Did you hear about the actor Mike Myers and kind of the connection that he has to the United States government?
No, I do not. I have not.
Well, we're going to get to that a little bit later.
Does it relate to like Star Wars and everything?
No, I can't wait.
Like CIA?
I can't wait to share this with you guys. This is awesome. This is great stuff. I'm really excited to. So, okay, look, we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, please fill us in on today in video game history.
Well, did you want to guess?
Oh, yeah. Actually, we got some good games today. I did see the list. I remember one of them. So I know that you put Leisure Suit Larry on the list, which is you should have.
Thank you.
Okay, we got some good games here. Rock and Roll Racing for the Super Nintendo. Stunt Race FX for the Super Nintendo. Art, do you know why Stunt Race FX was a big deal?
No.
This was the second game to feature the Super FX chip. The first one being Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. Stunt Race FX sucked, but some people really will fight me over that. Let's see, Space Channel 5 for the Dreamcast. Okay, we got some nice little bangers here today. All right, that's good. don't even know what's happening. This is ridiculous. I am going to say you put. I know you put Leisure Suit Larry on the list.
Mm-hmm.
You should have put Space Channel 5 on the list for the Dreamcast, but you probably didn't. And you must build a boat for the iOS.
So I didn't. I do want to point out that Star Wars Hunters was released on iOS and Switch 1 whole year ago. So that's exciting. But so when I made this yesterday, there was a specific game on there that I specifically added for Arch. And now it's been removed, and I'm like, well, my mission has failed. So I had done Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of Lounge Lizards. Crisis City was released in Japan, which they've also decided to remove from today's list. But this was the Seduce Me the Otome, released in 2015. I'm like, this one's for Arch. And it's gone now. So, yeah. I'm sad now. I'm going to go get it on Steam. Hopefully I can pull it up. We'll see.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Maybe you can gift it to Arch so he can go play it.
Well, the problem is it's an otome game, which, being a barbarian, I understand if you don't see the difference, but that's where the men pursue the woman in a reverse harem-style game.
Oh, it is on Steam. It is. Oh, look at that single player. There's nothing bad, I don't think. Hang on, I'm scrolling through the images. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. I can share it. I can show you the world. Look at this. Oh, that's the wrong. Get. Okay, there we go. Ta-da!
I would like a multiplayer dating sim game.
Ta-da! Very positive. Release date in 2015.
So,
I'm wondering why nobody I didn't know has this game yet. I feel like I should add Arch on Steam, and maybe I'll gift it to him. It is free after all.
A romantic comedy.
Craig's like checked out at this point. He's like, I'm going away now.
Yeah. Kind of am. That's okay. Arch,
what's your Steam? Hit me up on Twitter and tell me your Steam.
Yeah. Blab's going to be gifting you all sorts of stuff.
I'm going to gift you a free game.
Sounds unsafe.
That's Side Strollers in a nutshell right there. Always unsafe. Okay. Right off the bat, man, give it up for West, who came in early on. Blaz, why don't you read this?
All right. We're going to say, if you're looking for a good Mussolini show, I suggest Mussolini, Son of the Century. It's made by Sky. It's an Italian and Amazon video. Oddly enough, I wasn't looking for a Mussolini show. I don't know why you're suggesting I would be looking for.
He was Italian, Blabs, and we all know. Yeah.
He was Italian.
It's true. Why don't you read out these wonderful new Plus members we have?
Right. Okay. So we got a good chunk overnight and this morning.
Yeah, let's go.
Wood Guru, Cold Acid, Phalicus, Kitsuja, Hawkeye, Breach, Placebo, Shotgun, Fumit, Nohi, J Hill, Andrus Northman, Real Sibon Monroe became Plus member. Thank you guys so very much. You guys rock.
That's outstanding.
Icarus for 20 says, you cannot swim in a true mile in American pools. Yarda stupid. All right. Thanks for that.
Thank you very much.
This one's for Craig to read, but he's multitasking, so I'll read it later. Snooty says, Bungie's 2025 Ass Clown Dev of the Year. Join Side Scrollers Plus. Also, join us over at Rumble. Chat, we welcome you. Hail, chat. Thank you very much, Snooty. Mo says, missed the live yesterday. Need to mention that I work at a dairy over here. I put the milk in the bag. That's right, my homie.
Wow.
My chats mean you are funded by bagged milk. Nice. We're full circle.
Thank you, Mo. Arch, we had a very intense conversation yesterday about milk that comes in bags. Are you how does the milk come to you in
a carton?
Like all good people should drink milk out of a carton, right? Not out of a flimsy plastic bag, of all things. Do you know in Canada that's how they get their milk?
Yep, I know too many Canadians to be unaware of this.
This is quite possibly one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life, and it shocks me, and it tells you about the mental health of Canada, and I think it all stems from the type of how they get their milk. I really think that's where it all starts from, is how they get it.
Listen, not all of them get their milk in a bag.
Well, I listen. There was a I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I asked this question yesterday, it was a resounding no. But I'm gonna swat this to half court because I asked the question yesterday. There definitely must be a correlation between those who get their milk in a bag, right, and how they vote versus people who drink their milk with common sense out of a carton, right, and how they vote. Because I just can't see in my tiny little American brain how anybody with any sort of common sense can drink their milk.
We
out of
can
a
solve
bag.
this. We can go and ask Melee Games and John Graham what they drink out of. Milk in a bag?
This
or
would explain
not?
a lot.
I
This
don't
would
know.
explain
Let me
a lot.
send like a voice text message to John Graham. Be like, yo, bitch, do you drink out of a milk bag or not? Hang on.
Wow. Okay, please do.
All right, let's see.
No, you can do that off. Just do it off camera.
Oh.
Okay. Oh no, go ahead. Go.
Hey, yo, bitch, do you drink out of a milk bag or not? Thanks, man. Bye. Have a great day. Sent.
Clipped. All right, there you go. There's your question for the internet today. Sam, go and take that and post it on the internet for everybody, so we can find out if.
And we'll never know.
And we'll never know.
We'll never know.
I quit. It says, good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you. And let's see what exactly we have today. Also, Arch, please tell Blabs she's fired in Norwegian. It's needed.
Ooh, how exotic. Go on.
What would it be? Du har sparken.
Wow.
I would
Do I
guess.
Sparkin?
Sparken.
Sparkin. Duwash? Sparkin? Yes?
Du hast mich.
Can you type it out? I want in private chat. I want to learn today.
Mata says, hey, bada bing. What's with this Celsius crap? This is America. We use Fahrenheit in the middle in this house, even though most Americans can't spell it. Even me. I use autocorrect. USA. Arrivederci, mi amicis. Let's go, Modest. That's a true American speaking right there.
See, I know how to spell Fahrenheit because of Fahrenheit 451, the book I read in high school.
Oh, my God. Commodore fan, thank you very much for that. Mercenary says there's only two good cheese, cheddar and mozzarella.
Who's mercenary now? Let's be real.
Silo full of Cool Ranch Doritos says Budweiser was the first to use fermentation before the Americans' dairy industry and to use refrigerated rail cars. Budweiser still tastes like water. Thank you, Silo full of Cool Ranch Doritos. Lord Slosh says, my taste is simple. I like a deli cut Colby and pepper jack. Do not recommend Framunda, though. All right. Thank you, Lord Slosh. Spartan Gaming says, I know you talked about this before, but do we think the new Rooster Teeth will hold up to the early original one? No. Never, ever.
Very unlikely.
It's impossible because people have asked me about this. Like, if I was to buy Screw Attack back, by the way, apparently the guys from Death Battle own Screw Attack now. So like my former employees now own the brand that I started. I found that out this past weekend, which is interesting. I wonder if they'll give it to me. Probably not. But if I was to like restart my brand, like if I was to restart Screw Attack or something like that, which I won't, it would never work because there's memories and nostalgia attached to the previous brand, which the new brand doesn't. And that's a very dangerous thing. You can make the best content in the world, but people will still be like, it wasn't as good as when I was 10.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So Mercenary says, if you go to any buffet restaurant, they will have milk and chocolate milk dispensers, and those milk are in bags. Always the self-service types. Listen, Mercenary, I know that's why I don't drink either of those things. I don't drink milk out of bags. Cody says, West Coast Canadian here. Prairie and Western provinces get milk in a jug. Bagged milk is an East Coast thing that happens to the liberal strongholds. See? Cody, you're figuring it out. There you go. And Delta says, every day is the best episode yet. But we all know Arch bought a Switch 2, and he's doing an unboxing live on the show.
I don't have a Switch. I'm too busy buying weapons.
What type of
Are
weapons
you
you
planning
bought?
the Norwegian rebellion? Like, what's going on?
Just the usual.
What is that?
That's a broadsword.
Oh, casual. I, too, have a giant-ass sword next to me.
It fell over.
No. Did it cut anything? Everyone's safe? Everyone's okay?
Everyone's fine.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we're fine too. We're glad you're with us. We're going to do our best to get to our Montez goal today. We're about to kick some serious ass. We're glad you're with us today. So everyone buckle up. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
You know, this is an interesting thing here because when you think of the video game industry as a whole, you don't think that it could be potentially 65 years old. And really, it kind of can be. 65 years old would put us back to 1960.
I'm causing more
The
things
other
all
sword
over.
fell
Don't worry
down.
about it.
Arch, sheathe your sword, my man.
That was the thing on my desk that was standing next to the sword. It seems I have unstabilized the entire pile now. That's going to keep happening for a little while.
That's okay. Listen, that's 2. Every time something drops, everyone put a new number in the chat, which would be good. What's next to drop, Arch?
Probably the shield.
Can we see it first?
I think that would severely destabilize everything, so that's probably a bad idea.
Literally the point. Yes, here's what I'm imagining next to you. If somebody can take a screenshot of Arch right here and just like use AI to create immediately to his left just a giant artillery of like weaponry next to him. I'm just imagining Arch just sitting there and he's got swords and bazookas and all sorts of just nonsense next to him, in an attempt to hold off all the incoming infantry here.
Well, Deskaluga is just barely visible, but it's shaded out. So,
what are we looking at?
Deskaluga.
I'll tell you that
Who?
that thing behind you over your left shoulder kind of looks like a dick.
Oh my.
It does. I'm just saying, doesn't it? What
It's
is
the
that?
lighting.
It's
Oh,
just
it got bigger.
Deskaluga.
Whoa!
Oh shit.
You can't show that on YouTube.
I know.
Okay, that's not what I was talking about. Oh no, we totally been banned. Oh no, just don't point it at
Anyway.
the camera like Boogie 29988. Anyways, so big birthday in the video game space. Apparently, it is Sega's 65th birthday. 65 years old here, and they're giving away 65 games. They tried this. By the way, this feels very like late 2000s comedy here, which that's fine. But you can win 65 Sega games. They don't tell you what they are, but you can win them, which, hey, Sega has had a great run. Obviously, they were leaders in the video game industry for a long time, still doing very well for themselves. Do you have a favorite game that from either, I don't know, the Mega Drive or just a Sega game in general that you really enjoyed?
The original Sonics are, of course, the best ones.
Blabs has played Sonic before. Not
I
very
have.
well.
I accidentally drowned him.
Yeah. I will say this: there is truly not a more terrifying point in any video game than when Sonic is drowning.
Save him, no.
I mean, it's really messed up. The Sonic drowning music that you hear, I mean, it definitely gives most people PTSD here. Here you go. Here's a listen of it. Yikes.
Fatality. You know what's
I remember
ironic
that
though?
sound.
Everybody does. It's the worst. It's scary.
I actually just watched the movie She's All That. Not my first time watching it yesterday, but like they were talking about playing Sega yesterday. They're like, let's go play some Sega. Let's go play some Sega. And like today is the anniversary. That's just a little bit ironic.
Well, She's All That was from 1999.
1999. Yeah, I know. But it's just funny that ironic. I put it on yesterday to watch, and I was like, oh my god, oh yeah, they have a whole like, let's go play some Sega.
Well, yes. First of all, She's All That is a really fun teenage sex comedy.
It's a funny movie, that's for sure.
Arch, you ever seen She's All That before?
It doesn't ring any immediate bells.
Oh man, it was a classic. It was an American classic starring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah, let me see if maybe this image right here. Where is image in new pet tab? There we go. Maybe that helps. Zoom. Does that look familiar?
No,
I tried.
but it looks very much so like that was on television when I was young.
Yes.
Hey, if you would have seen it, you would have known it, you would have lived it, you would have loved it, Arch. Anyway, so yeah, they were playing Sega in that, but I thought it'd be interesting thanks to low effort video game posting. Appreciate that, Daniel. Posted the classic Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Genesis ad. Did you ever see this, Arch? Surely you've seen the Genesis does ad.
We didn't get ads for anything interesting in Norway.
You just didn't have ads?
Whoa. Whoa.
We just
whoa,
had ads
whoa.
for boring things.
You never seen the Genesis does commercial before?
Almost certainly not.
What? This is amazing. Okay. In America, Arch, this was one of the most iconic, game-changing ads when it came to the Super Nintendo versus Genesis console war in the 90s. The slogan was simply, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Because the Genesis was the vastly superior technological console at the time, and the Super Nintendo hadn't come out yet. Blabs, have you seen this?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're watching this now. Arch, be ready to have your mind melted and want to go out to buy Genesis right now.
Who does the first ever 8-meg game, the ultimate in gameplay, voted game of the year? Who does the third generation of the hot arcade hit Shinobi and lifelike 16-bit graphics? Does. Who gives you 2 stereo speakers free so you hear the great stereo sound of Genesis? Just buy any 3 Sega Genesis brand games before March and get 2 stereo speakers free.
Okay. That's one of them. It is pretty good. That's the second one. Here's the original one, which I need to show you this. This was the original that you're like, oh my gosh.
Genesis does.
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Pat Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free. What Nintendo don't. Buy a 16-bit Genesis system between now and October 31st and get an extra.
I miss the days when companies would take the piss out of one another.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? Like, I feel like any sort of advertising we do should just be punching other podcasts in the balls. We should, that's how we should promote. That's how we should add with that sweet early 90s style and vigor. I love it. It's so good. I love everything about that. So it's your first time seeing that before, Art.
Yes.
Do you feel like you need to go spend money on a Sega Genesis right now?
No, but I have more weapons I need to purchase.
What about you, Blabs?
No.
Oh,
I feel like I should go emulate something instead.
but you know what I'm saying though. If you were a kid and you were watching that on TV, you're like,
Yeah, it's definitely persuasive. It's done the job that it's supposed to do.
it tells
For
you
sure.
everything you need to know about their console. I think that's the second best video game ad ever. Personally, there was a Super
What's
Nintendo.
the first one?
I'm glad you asked, Blabs. Yes, there's
You left that one for me.
That's right. There's a Super Nintendo commercial that featured Super Mario World, and it is let's see if this is it. Yes, this is it. This tells you everything you need to know. This is, for me, the perfect video game ad, because any questions that you have about the Super Nintendo and or Super Mario World are answered immediately. Here we go.
Introducing the next generation from Nintendo. New Super Mario World. Created especially for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging, a bit more graphic, a bit more colorful, a bit more realistic, a bit more levels, a bit more secret, a bit more enemies, a bit more friends, a bit more sound, a bit hotter, a bit cooler, a bit weird, a bit more revolutionary, a bit more Mario, a bit more of what you want. It's 16-bit, and it's yours only if you get new Super Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
Also, I love the part where it goes like, it's the video game you want. And I'm sitting here in 2025. I'm like, wow, that sounds good.
It does sound good.
Still is the video game we want.
That's
A
right.
video game I want. What a revolutionary fucking concept.
That's right. So I feel like we should just take all these old commercials and reskin them and totally lack all originality and just reskin them from in the podcast space and present them like that, you know, side scrollers.
A bit more, a bit more, a bit more.
right. A bit more Blabs, a bit more Craig, a bit more Arch, you know, whatever. And it's like, just kind of go down the line and a bit more milk bags and have fun with it. I don't know. Like, I love classic video game ads, and we don't see that type of advertising today. And those ads for me tell me like everything that I need to know, like literally everything I need to know about those games in particular and why I need to buy them, which I love. So, hey, happy birthday, Sega. What is your what is your favorite Sega Genesis game? Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Speaking of Blabs, I'm sorry, I was going to wrap that up, but do you know? Let's see, Sega Genesis intros. There was a entire like at the beginning of the Sega any sort of game back on the Genesis or Mega Drive. And I realize we're sitting here talking consoles, Art, and I know you're probably just wildly upset at this idea. But they used to, like, at the front of these games, they would customize the intro where, you know, sometimes you get Sega and sometimes it'd be like Sega. And sometimes you'd have different characters walking in. That was kind of like an ongoing bit that you'd see on these Genesis games. Pretty fun stuff. But I couldn't find a video of all them. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got a logo compilation. It's an hour. This video is an hour and 42 minutes long of just logo compilations for the Genesis.
No way.
Give it up for the
How
dude.
many views does this have?
It says 457,000 views. Yes. So you can go and you can see like how it was modified for all these different games. And this is just so fun. I loved seeing these little things in front of the Genesis. Let's see. You can kind of see how it went. Different probes.
He's on mute, by the way.
Oh, I know. It's fine.
Okay.
But these were fun. This is Eternal Champions here was, you know, you'd see kind of how they'd come in and they'd beat it up. How cool is that? Anyways, love that stuff. Love to see that return. Saw that with other companies back then. So very fun stuff. Okay. Anyways, I can nerd out about this stuff all day long, and I will. There you go, Blabs. Give it up for Joey. Joey, thanks, dude, for the massive $50 super chat. Says, hi, Side Scrollers. Just wanted to ask, but it was too late. If you were going to react to Sony's State of Play later today. Also, here in Puerto Rico, we drank milk in a small bag in school, but we also drank out of a carton and a litter. No plans to react to the State of Play this afternoon. Sorry, Joey, but we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow on the show. So that's awesome. Winter Fox.
And we'll never know what he's saying.
We will never know.
FYI, I will not be getting a makeover. I don't need a makeover, but thank you very much, Winter Fox. And no one will ever be touching my nails, ever. Thank you so much, though. Anyway, GG's, Craig. I have this meme to share with a super chat from Aramis over on Plus. He says, the best I could do, and here it is. So
wait, Arch, you look like a homely lesbian right there.
Yes, it does. I don't like it.
So yeah, thanks, Aramis.
Wow. That's
I
outstanding.
don't like what the AI did to my face.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it like brought your eyes closer and everything. No, I don't like it.
The official slop says it had blast processing. Yes, the Genesis did have blast processing. That's right. Torgo says back when all visual media was fueled by cocaine. Oh my gosh. The Reeve guy says, you'll either die a hero, Sega, or live long enough to become the villain, Nintendo. Oh, I see how it is. I'm clearly the villain. Smash Brothers for N64 was the best ad for a game. Yeah, the Smash Brothers. I'd love to play it, but we can't because it has copyrighted music in it. That is a phenomenal ad. Let's get Crash Bandicoot trash talking Nintendo. Oh my gosh, that's a great one as well. Have you ever seen that video game ad of Crash Bandicoot in front of Nintendo?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
All right, this is what we're gonna do today. That's fine. All right. Let me see.
I loved Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. That was amazing.
So Crash Bandicoot was great stuff. At the time, he was one of the mascots for PlayStation, and they had this commercial pop up. This was huge, courtesy of RetroJunk.com. And I used to go to RetroJunk.com all the time. Here we go. Look at this ad. This was Crash Bandicoot for Sony pulling up in front of the Nintendo headquarters in Washington.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived. Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here. Check it out. What do you think about that? We got real-time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy? Feel a little like your days are numbered?
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
You're hurting my elbow.
Is that Italian?
No, Bandicoot. It's an Australian.
It's pretty good stuff. So, yeah. Oh, Arch got a little smile out of Arch from that one. All right, nice.
I just want my mega corporations to fight each other again.
That's all we're asking for is a blood fight between these companies.
Absurdly enough, they were actually getting along better back then. Because it was all agreed that, we're all in this for fun. Like, you can reference our stuff, you can bring in stuff, you can kind of like Warhammer used to have Lord of the Rings references in it. And it was a much calmer time. Today, you'd get lawsuits over shit like this, which
you can't Yeah, go ahead.
It was a sense of everyone was in the same hobby. Everyone was doing the same thing. Everyone was serving the same audience. Everyone was in it at the same time, rather than just trying to create their own little walled-off gardens.
It's spectacular to see, and wish you'd see more of that. And maybe we'll bring that back in the podcast game. I think we'll when we start do a little bit of advertising, start posting some Twitter videos and stuff. That'd be pretty fun. All right. My goodness. Love it. Appreciate you guys popping in. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys are just joining us. I would really appreciate that. We have rookie numbers right now, only 480 thumbs up. Let's get that number to 1,000 today, which means that involves you, normal man, scrolling your little mouse over to that thumbs up, hitting that, or you, normal man, who is watching us on your tiny phone, using your thumb to click the thumbs up button that is right there. We'd really appreciate that. I'm looking direct. Yes, there it is. The call to action worked. Spike and thumbs up. I'd love to see that. Thank you guys very much. Hey, Arch. Hey, Arch.
Hey.
Hello.
Have you seen the newest AI video of the guy interviewing people from the 1500s?
I have seen them in the same way that I think we've all seen the waves of AI slop being generated these days, but I try to pay them as little attention as humanly possible.
Well, you're on the wrong show for that because we're going to watch it today. Let's go. This is an AI video courtesy of TikTok, the Impossible via Impossible AI Cinema. This is a TikToker walking around in the year 1500. Interviewing folks about the quality of life. And
Was this Skyrim?
Yeah, it kind of yes. Let's go see how this goes.
What's life like for you right now?
Woke up, stepped in dung, got taxed, and that was before breakfast.
Do you enjoy your work?
Oh yeah, it's honest work, and no one talks back.
What do you think of King Henry?
The music.
Well, he's very
Yeah, the music is like it's this generic non-copyright infringing thing. It's pretty funny though.
committed to marrying.
How's the health situation looking?
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Well, everyone I saw yesterday is dead today. So,
How do you respond to the witch accusations?
If I were a witch, you'd already be a frog.
What's the biggest challenge for a noblewoman these days?
3 hours to get dressed, and still no pockets.
How's business? Flour shortage, the oven is cursed, and rats. Lots of rats. What's life like for a farmer?
It's like, hey, listen.
Did you see the rats behind him?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
They're
see
fucking huge.
Oh yeah, rats all over the place. Oh my gosh, the old cursed ovens, eh?
Oh yeah.
Pretty normal sized rat, honestly.
No, well, the Norwegian rats are considerably larger than the
I guess
Texas
some
rats.
big rats.
Arch, do you not see? Do you not find this entertaining at all?
Nope.
Oh my
I hate
gosh!
every second of it.
Oh no!
Really?
Well, we have 5 more seconds.
Lots of rats. What's life like for a farmer right now? Hard work, sore back, but the soil is good this year. Might even eat something with meat next week.
Chat's right though. They notice something. The microphone changes every time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just a prompt put in. You know that I don't think they keep the microphone settings the entire time. You know,
I thought that was pretty genius. Actually, I know it's AI slop, but it's funny. It's comedy.
yeah, like there's humor associated with it. But Arch, why do you hate that
Look at
so
him.
much?
All superior over there.
I have grown to deeply dislike AI stuff like this because I came from originally thinking it was really cool when you had the YouTube videos of like Lord of the Rings filmed in Panamax vision, for example, like sexy 70s style stuff. It's like, okay, that looks really cool. I'd kind of like to see that. But now it's everywhere. Everyone is producing it, and it's just hit an overload point where I view it now as just pumped out exploitative garbage, in essence. I don't like it. It's become mass produced. It's become popular, and I hate popular things.
Ah, yes.
Ah, you're a hater. It's popular, therefore I don't like it.
It has definitely gotten popular because it's become easy to use. You know, it's $250 a month to have that program, which is a ton of money. But if you're like, it's going to be, you're going to see more and more of this as they, you know, in 5 months from now, this is going to be, you're going to see full TV shows like this. I really feel like that. This is going to be so much cheaper to produce. You're going to see YouTube videos that are entirely AI driven, entirely fake. Yeah, it's oof.
Yes, and like there's so much wrong with that. It's difficult to know where to fucking begin, honestly. See, on the one hand, obviously it's far cheaper to produce, which can be good. Ideally, I would like for this to be the democratization of entertainment, where everyone can make their own entertainment and have it be good. And if we arrive at the point where people is actually making entertainment with this, like TV shows, stories, animations, then I'll be far more for it. But we're using it more now to recreate real life, viral interviews, TikTok trends, etc. And I mean, I found all of this content to be extraordinarily cringe to begin with, but at least it was people. At least when you saw a woman give a particularly retarded take, that was a peek into the human situation. Now, all of that is fake too. Like, we've somehow managed to make TikTok even more soulless than it already was, which is an achievement.
Well, it's popular. I mean, that video itself has several million views over on X, obviously over on TikTok as well. And people like me and Blabs will continue to just eat it up because we find it funny.
No. I won't eat it up because I see less AI than Craig does. However, the one-offs are pretty fun.
Yeah, well, I think I see them probably about as like one pops up on my timeline probably once a day, right? But the AI stuff is it's honestly like shocking and surprising to me how good it looks. Now it's obviously a dead giveaway with like the 8-second the program that they're using is a Google program, and it caps out at 8-second increments, and they just slice them all together into one long cut. So you can obviously always tell something's AI when these cuts start taken every 8 seconds. So that's like the dead giveaway for me. Outside of obviously some of it does look very AI. You know, there's some still wonkiness there, but it'll get there. It'll get there, man. It's crazy. All right, Marksman of 117B says, since Arch is here, do you know of the NTR mobile game? It's like Clash of Clans, but with waifus. You lose PvP. One of your waifus is captured and seduced by your opponent. Cucking is a game feature.
I can't say that I'm aware of this product, no.
Oh.
But, I mean, it sounds like something the Asians would make, yes.
So, okay.
Okay, Google NTR
here it
mobile
comes.
game.
What do you got?
Very little, actually. No mobile games, at least.
Okay.
It's
Now we know.
disappointing.
All right, Blabs, why don't you get through a few of these supers while I get the next story queued up?
Okay, so I actually have something great to show off, and this comes from, let me grab it, from Future for 10 over on Plus.
Ooh.
And he sends us a beautiful meme. Look at this. Craig's underwater.
No, that's good.
I like how I got a sword all of a sudden, which is really cool. Like, Arch is the one with the real swords, but I actually get it in my background, so suck on that. Sorry, Arch.
That's great.
All right. Thank you so much, Future. Whis says, I was looking over the Nintendo Welcome Tour store, chasing a rumor. Apparently, the game requires additional accessories for some of the in-game content.
Wait, say that again?
I was looking over the Nintendo Welcome Tour store, chasing a rumor. Okay, that's where I'm lost. Apparently, the game requires additional accessories for some of the in-game content. I don't know what you mean, Whis, but thank you.
Yeah, what game were we
says,
speaking about?
Can Arch praise Earth Defense Force for 1 minute?
I don't know about 1 minute unprepared, but it is a very fun video game in which you kill loads and loads of ginormous monstrous ants with a wide variety of ridiculous weaponry. And you get to fly a wingsuit as a woman in that, because only women are light enough to fly in that universe.
Okay.
You got another 30 seconds there, Arch? You were going there for a little bit.
It also has bombings.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Well, I haven't played it for ages now, so I don't even remember that much. But it was a lot of fun when I was playing it.
Alrighty then, Elaine for 5 says, I love Nintendo games and grew up playing Nintendo on almost every console, but I can't justify spending on Switch 2. I'll just play emulators on PC. That's right, you do that. Young Sykes says, Craig, look up Sega Saturn Shiro. Shiro commercials?
Yeah. Shiro, yes. Sega Saturn, yes, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Bliss says, now they just take turns attacking their own customers. Graham just popped in for 10, says, I'd say the Halo ding-dongs in Pride Month can tongue-kiss my shit home, but pretty sure they'd like that, so I guess it's back to the trusty wood chipper, Montez.
All right.
Oh, wow, we'll get to that in a bit. Thank you for that. Wasp pretends us to continue on the bag tangent from yesterday. My school stopped using the chocolate milk bags because everyone decided to use them as water balloons. No.
Oh my gosh.
What a waste of milk. West for one says, Craig, in Texas, you guys banned raw milk. California allows raw milk, and you guys aren't leaders when it comes to milk. Don't throw shade at other places for milk when your state has banned raw milk. This is very aggressive.
Yeah, so I didn't know we had so many milk champions in our chat. Which is
That's hilarious.
Your state banned raw milk.
Yeah, you can't talk about your milk when you ban raw milk. Anyway.
Let me just say this. You can talk to me when your state knows what a woman is.
Oh, shit. Give him the 1-2 logic. Mac for 5 says new slur dropped. Milk bagger. Shit. Romer says, as a normal Canadian, glass bottles conquers all for Curtalicious milk. Bags contaminate the milk. Same with cartons. Yeah, glass is supreme. Let's be real. Mercenary says, I unironically had Vietnam flashbacks to Water Sound. Oh, from Sonic.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what do you have in Vietnam flashbacks for?
All right, I got our next story ready to go.
Okay.
Here. Okay, this is really interesting, Arch. Have you been following the whole Diddy trial that's been going on?
Not really. There are simply too many child predators around these days to keep a track of all of them.
Which is a very unfortunate statement to say. But so the Diddy trial has had a number of little interesting nuggets and tidbits that have come out of it. Probably none more interesting than this. Blabs, I know you love Shrek.
Shrek is love.
Shrek is love. Actually, Shrek is Mike Myers. And apparently, it's been revealed in the Diddy party trial that Hollywood actor Mike Myers was affiliated with the CIA. Says the Daily Mail states a former personal assistant to Diddy revealed she had once arranged a private and confidential CIA tour for the Canadian actor Mike Myers to visit that included direct contact with Secret Service agents, CIA staff, and government officials. Myers reportedly toured the CIA headquarters in 2009, dined with agents, and expressed personal thanks for their service. His mother, the report notes, held security clearances with the British Royal Air Force during World War II. So, on the surface, this kind of sounds like a nothing burger in that he went in and had like a meeting with the CIA. But number one, why would you want to have a private and confidential CIA tour? Right? I don't know.
Unless he knew someone in the CIA, like a friend or a sibling or something, and they came to visit, you know?
But, well, we've heard stories about Hollywood actors being CIA agents or not agents, but more so assets in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Myers, Garth, no, it's Wayne. Wayne from Wayne's World is not somebody that I would have anticipated being a CIA potential asset. I'm just throwing it out there. Arch, your thoughts on just hearing that?
I mean, it sounds innocent enough, I guess, like being invited to the CIA headquarters and going like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Mike Myers being really central to all that many CIA busts.
Can you imagine? He actually was key to like solving the clues.
Yeah, and if he was a CIA asset and he was around P. Diddy, then either A, the CIA made him do it, or B, they used that as blackmail of some sort.
Right. So this person asked Rock to get a little more information. Says the claim about Mike Myers' CIA ties stem from a 2009 visit to the CIA headquarters confirmed by Entertainment Weekly. He toured the museum, dined with officials, and honored his mother's World War II service. A witness in Diddy's trial, a former assistant, testified she arranged the tour. No evidence suggests ongoing CIA affiliation. It was likely a one-time event. The trial mentions tangentially focusing on the witness's background, not Myers' involvement. His mother's security clearance is verified, but unrelated to deeper ties. No controversy or denials exist.
Yeah, no. The moment they say there is no evidence, that convinces me that it's true. I don't give a shit. When the government tells me there's no evidence for something, that thing is true.
Well, this here says this moment now has more clarity. So many years later. Let's see what happened here in this between Kanye West
God,
and Mike
1-800 help.
Myers. Help now. Here we go.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
That's classic.
Damn! Damn!
Do you remember that, Blabs?
No.
You don't remember that?
When was this?
Oh, this is which shirt was this? Katrina that they were talking about?
Oh yeah, I was a
Profoundly
child.
devastating is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi.
Yeah, Katrina was 2006 or 2005.
2005's chat
May not
six.
be-
I was 9.
The most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Jesus Christ.
Watch his face here.
He's like, huh? It's like back to you, Jeffrey.
Poor and confused.
Damn.
Oh my gosh, it's still funny to see. How is every like? Oh my gosh, it's like it's amazing to see how people keep giving TV time to Kanye West. This is 16 years ago here.
I am becoming more and more fond of Kanye West every day that passes.
Oh no.
Why?
Well, he's clearly a very, very, very erudite individual.
I don't even know what that means. What's that mean?
Yeah, but Kanye knows what that means.
But we don't.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It is a word. It is someone of great knowledge or learning.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that means.
Erudite can refer to two different things: a word describing someone or something as possessing great knowledge, and a company.
Okay.
I don't really think that belongs to Kanye West.
I don't know. I'm quite fond of Kanye. He strikes me as an upright individual.
Right.
Well, one thing we do know about Kanye West is that is how he feels about George Bush.
The most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
That needs to be like somehow added into the intro.
You know, I said 16, 17. Yes, this was 20 years ago. This happened. This is I said that out loud. I was thinking 2009 for some reason. Heels versus Babyface came in, says it was all real. You can see him as Austin Powers there, which is the international man of mystery, which makes it even funnier. And Blabs, this person asked if asked Rock if Shrek was a Fed here.
Oh no! Is Shrek a Fed? Shrek is a fictional ogre from DreamWorks Animation, so he can't be a federal agent. My question likely stems from a humorous ex-post linking Mike Myers, Shrek voice actor, to a 2009 CIA visit. Myers toured CIA headquarters, dined with officials, and spoke to officers, as confirmed by Entertainment Weekly and Diddy's trial testimony. Wow.
Well, the idea of him being a Fed is a really funny idea, but it does make you wonder, like, who in Hollywood does have those relations? Who in Hollywood,
True,
is there to
they're all connected to everything. But on a side note, can you pull up that photo of Mike Myers again that they were using on Twitter?
With the first one?
Yeah, with his white hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does he not look like an overweight Jamie Lee Curtis now?
What?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, don't you dare say Mike Myers looks like
Little bit.
No.
A little bit.
Don't do that to me. No.
Chat says can't see it. Can't unsee it.
No. No. No.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
No. The only Jamie Lee Curtis, listen, I know she does like Depends commercials and Mucilax and all sorts of commercials
Does
and
she?
stuff now. Yeah. She does. Yeah, I don't know. Like all the I don't know. This is the Jamie Lee Curtis that I remember here. This one from True Lies. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. Blabs, that's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which if you saw,
I'm correct though. I'm literally looking at Jamie Lee Curtis today.
Yeah. That's fine.
And now she sells laxatives.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, it's kind of a thing, which is really unfortunate because there was a time where Jamie Lee Curtis was. Listen, I'm telling you this right. She does a dance in True Lies, Blabs.
All the boys go, wow.
Yeah, all the boys.
I mean, I get you, but the only mental image I can see right now is her just shitting a literal storm.
Huh?
Well, because the product she sells. Just imagine Jamie Lee Curtis on a. Oh my gosh! Well, rest in peace, Jamie Lee Curtis from 1994. Tough stuff.
I have a vivid imagination, and I also this reminds me of the meme about the Indians and the toilets.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. I haven't seen this meme before, Arch.
Good for you.
Okay. Good.
Okay, moving on. Pivot.
Good for you. Good for you. That's good. All right. Well, that gives us a great opportunity to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at investing.com. I want to share my screen with you and tell you guys about this new product they have going on over there. This is really, really good stuff. Look, if you guys ever looked at the stock market and thought like, hey, what do I actually invest in right now? Like, we've all done that before. And that's why we're trying out Investing Pro. It's the new flagship program from investing.com, and it's loaded. They got this program down here. We talked about this before several times, called Warn AI. Now, Warn AI, it's basically like ChatGPT. I'm going to show you what I do right here. So it pulls real data from the market, so you're not just guessing. Like, I literally typed this in right here. Give me 5 stocks under $10 that I should seriously look at investing in right here. Then it gives you a breakdown of the price, movement, earnings, and what analysts are saying right now. It's real data from the market in real time. This would normally take like hours of research, and I got all this in like 10 seconds. It's all there, ready to go, easily explained. It's way easier than doom scrolling on Reddit or Google for stock tips. If you're serious about investing or even just starting out, this gives you the answers that are right there instead of just Googling, but it's all backed by data that actually matters. Click the link in the description to get 15% off your first Investing Pro subscription. It is also in the pinned comment and pinned chat. And big thanks to investing.com for sponsoring today's show and helping normal men like you and me invest a little bit smarter. I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. Thanks to investing.com. Appreciate you guys. All right. We have this from Salon the Lich. Blabs, please get to that real quick while I pull up the next story.
All right. Craig Blabs, Swedish woman. When was the last time you were invited to have dinner with Central Intelligence Agency personnel? There is no Swedish woman on the panel. So I'm just pointing that one out there, right? All right, next one.
Well, no. That's a good question. Like, why would he not? He would be like, why would he have dinner at the CIA if it wasn't for something kind of, I don't know, nefarious or
unless, like I said, maybe he knew someone there, That is entirely possible. I don't really see it could be the reason, but it is possible, Just say. Noodle says Battle Tanks ad for the N64 was my favorite ad ever.
It's a good one.
And then Gruel says Harvey Weinstein did nothing wrong. Arch 2025.
He did nothing wrong, and he must be acquitted immediately.
Oh dear. Mercenary says this CIA connection just reminds me of Project Mockingbird. I bet there's a project named like that for Hollywood stars. Probably. Mighty says there's a new phrase icon phased on another stream today. It's called Diddy Exit. Care to know what it means? It's when you wake up in the morning and your ass is sore.
Well, considering the amount of lube he owned, I don't know if your ass would be sore.
He did own a lot of lube, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, if nothing else, he may bum rape you, but he'll be gentle about it.
If nothing else. Perfect.
Listen, if you have the choice between no lube and lube, well.
Fatality. Jimmy came in and says, who knew Austin Powers was a documentary? Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we're learning here. That's good. Mercenary says Clown World will never be the same. And there's possible redacted documents with Mike. Everybody has redacted documents. All right. Where do we go from here?
Oh, no. Okay.
So before we got started, Arch was like, this may be a story. So let's go talk about this. This is from
latex tracksuit.
Yes, let's talk about that instead. That's more interesting than the other one.
Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Arch's story of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to learn about the Adidas, the latest edition from Adidas. Please, Arch, guide us through what we're looking at here.
I don't know. You're asking me as if I'm some expert on this.
You really brought it to us.
I know, but mostly because I was just like, well, this looks stupid.
Oh boy. Okay, so we were having this whole conversation backstage. Literally, this thing is sold out already. It's over $200 already sold out. And it's not even like that doesn't seem the leggings even come with it, I don't think. It's like a little onesie almost where it buttons at the bottom like you're a toddler. But just think about it, chat. Why would you wear a 100% rubber outfit? Can you imagine, one, the sounds that it makes as you walk around? Two, the absolute sweat that you would have to encounter. Like, ugh.
Ooh.
And yeah, they're
actually,
sold out.
I know the reason now. Because it would gather all of the sweat inside of it without letting pour out. It could be Gamer Girl Bathwater 2.0. Except bathwater would
Unless you take it off, you put it onto a jar so you collect all the
you
sweat.
squeeze it like
Like a lemon.
You know, Blabs, you were talking about the price of this, $210. Now, I made the mistake of Googling latex bodysuit just now.
Oh, no.
I did. And there's a lot going on here.
Is the price right?
That price, courtesy of Amazon, is actually very, very affordable. At least courtesy of vexclothing.com, where there are cat suits for $713 here.
Why?
Yeah. But the one thing about this thing in particular is this is meant, I'm guessing you're supposed to work out in this, right?
That is awful.
Doesn't do a very good job. Shiny latex.
It's so bad for your skin to work out in such material that'll just clog up your pores. You don't breathe at all. You could get like infections in your skin.
maybe it makes you sweat more, or
You think Amaranth is gonna get it, or Delphine, whatever her name is, the ones that sell the bathwater? Maybe Sydney Sweeney's gonna do it, because that way she can sell her bathwater with her soaps.
it probably would sell.
I would like to cut some slack to Adidas here, but in reality, I can't, because if I just search latex bodysuit, everything on Amazon, everything on every website is meant to be sexual. Literally everything. So I can't really cut them slack. I can't. It doesn't make
gym clothes too.
Right.
What's so sexual about that, you know?
It doesn't make any sense at all. So yeah, I cut no slack to Adidas here. Like, it's clearly a sexual thing with this. And that to me says there are issues here. And by the way, scrolling through Amazon when you search this is really going to screw up my search history. So I should
Your
stop
wife
doing
is
that.
going to be like, what did you buy me?
No. Why is there a GIMP mask, honey? I don't understand. God. Arch, you know what a GIMP mask is?
I do.
Of course you do.
Probably owns one.
Arch?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if Arch was just choosing not to
Plead the fifth.
yes, not to respond there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll learn a little bit more. No, we won't. That's the last time we're ever going to mention that.
Thanks, Arch.
I appreciate that, Arch. My favorite part of that was, so tell me about this, Arch. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it's sexual in nature because
rubber?
What else would be the purpose of a rubber bodysuit, I guess?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the British Furry Con.
Oh, yes. Same. Totally get.
I could be misconstrued.
Most things are on our show.
There was an article talking about Britain's largest furry convention. And in this article, they're like, oh, this is just an escape from reality. And so on. Like, okay, good on you. If you want to dress up like a giant cat to escape from reality, then, that is your prerogative. But they kept stressing that it's totally not sexual. I'm like, listen. You bought a $230 fetish outfit to hang out with other people also wearing $230 fetish outfits. I'm okay with you doing this in your privacy of your own convention. Just don't bullshit me. Simple as.
I hear you, right? Do what you want to do in your own free time, your spare time. That's fine. I just don't want to hear about it in public. Just I really don't care, Oh, boy. All right. Llama Pajamas came in and says, when I was on the wrestling team in high school, we had to wear that if you were overweight. It makes you sweat the pounds off. I never had to wear it because I'm not fat. Let's go, Llama Pajamas.
Way to go, Llama.
Love to see that. Montez, let's go. We're at 8 of our goal of 20 today. I think we can hit it. Commodore fan says there's a male catsuit version. It's called Male Addy round neck latex catsuit I found from Google search. And to be known, heck, no, I don't want one. Commodore fan, good. I'm glad you don't. Antihero says, "Hail Arch, are there any novels about the Adeptus Arbites?
Arbites.
Yes. There'll be a playable class in the upcoming Darktide update."
I know it's just unfortunate that I really, really hate Darktide. I think they had a book series which was literally just called Enforcer or something. I don't know if it's good, and it was one by one of Black Library's less known authors who made it. So dodgy, very dodgy. But hey, if you want to get into the spirit of the Adeptus Arbites, just go either read Judge Dredd or watch the Sylvester Stallone movie, which was actually a pretty good Dredd movie if he didn't take off his fucking helmet. Or the better one, Dredd 3D. Oh, that was good. And apparently is getting a sequel. Now, granted, it has apparently been getting a sequel for 10 years. So, yeah.
The Dredd, did you like the new Dredd movie or the old Dredd movie?
Both, actually. Like, Sylvester Stallone is perfect for the role. Like, god damn, he fits so well. He just shouldn't have taken off the helmet. And the new one, Dredd 3D, it was killed because it was literally called Dredd 3D. The poster is Dredd 3D, and it was during the nobody was watching 3D movies anymore. The craze had passed like 3 years ago, and it killed it at the box office. Yet it is an amazing movie, and it's been begging for a sequel for years. It's apparently getting one, but it's being made by the same people who make The Boys, so they're probably going to take the piss out of it.
Yeah. Good old. I saw the classic one. I've heard that the new one's actually pretty good. When I say the new one, it's still like 15 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, Dredd 2012. If you haven't watched it, you need to. It is so good.
Bentley came in and says that sound of the latex bodysuit was commonly heard during a Diddy party. Art should know. Hashtag Montez. Golly, jeez, Bentley.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Like, what if Justin Bieber has nightmares about that noise? Like, squeak, squeak,
oh,
squeak, squeak.
Poor Justin Bieber. Marblin says dry is not just humor to Arch. That's right. God, gross.
Dry is a way of life.
Ugh, stop it. Hey, give it for Tom, who said only donating to see if my card works. Hey, Tom, it didn't. You should donate more. Just kidding. Thanks, Tom. And give it up to all these wonderful folks who became Side Scrollers Plus members. That is outstanding, guys. Really appreciate that. Guys, become an annual member today. We'd really appreciate it. Use promo code. You can use promo code COUCH. Get a discount. You can use our links down below. Because later today, after the show, coming up at 2:00 Central Time, about an hour and a half from now, Kirsche will be doing an exclusive live Q&A and chill, exclusive over on Plus. We've been doing a lot of that type of fun stuff, exclusive for Plus members coming up. Very, very excited for that. All right. let's go and move on. Hey, Arch, when was the last time you played Halo?
15 years plus.
Halo ain't what it used to be. It used to
I
be.
can imagine.
Yeah. Well, the Reddit community over on Halo is still fairly active. And wouldn't you know it here?
Reddit community. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Reddit and community are very oxymorons, right? But over on Reddit, the Halo Reddit, they have they want to let everybody know that where they stand on social issues when it comes to specifically June. And they'll let you know immediately when you go. Here's their avatar right there when you first join us, ready to go.
They want to dry too.
Yeah, no lube, no latex, just straight on in there. There we go. So they very much, right? I mean, literally hits you in the face right when you came in. Apparently, though, you can't let everybody know that it's Men's Awareness Month as well.
Of course not.
Because they are banning users for saying Happy Men's Awareness Month over on the Reddit. You can see this user here. Hello, you've been permanently banned from participating in our Halo because your comment violates this community rules. So saying Happy Men's Awareness Month does that. You won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe to it. If you have any questions regarding your ban, you can contact a moderator team by replying to this message. So there we go. That is now, you are now unable to let everybody know that it's Men's Awareness Month in the month of June. But by all means, they will let you know what they feel immediately when you walk in. You know, we've seen a pullback from a lot of companies here in June dealing with all the Pride stuff. I know you did a video about that, and it's been something that's been very in your face. The idea that a lot of these companies just don't have any interest. You know, it's all, you know, they go whichever way the wind is blowing this year, and the wind is blowing that it's no longer cool to do this during the month of June. But the communities, though, specifically in the video game space, they will let you know how they feel about things.
Well, this actually demonstrates precisely why the companies are no longer doing this. Because for the company wishes to earn money. The Reddit wishes to chase people away from the product that the company wishes to sell. Obviously, they're not going to associate themselves with them at that point. Because the only reason they did so to begin with was because they were convinced that there were more wokeists out there than there were normal people. They have been proven wrong. And so they'll pull back. And this, of course, entirely standard for Reddit because, in essence, all Reddits have the unspoken rule of don't punch left, basically. If you do anything against the left, you will be banned. And Men's Mental Awareness Month, which genuine credit to Ubisoft, by the way, for tweeting that out on Rainbow Six Siege, is actually stunning and brave because they're doing something that they can actually receive societal consequences from now. So, yeah.
Well, Reddit is, you know, we mentioned how some companies have pulled back, but others just waited a few days, including Treyarch. Treyarch, big Call of Duty developer. Did you see that what their post was today, Arch?
I didn't.
Well, look, they want to let you know that it's important that everybody deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated for who they are. And that this Pride Month, we affirm our commitment to an inclusive place to work where creativity thrives. To our players, teammates, and partners, we see you, we support you, and we are proud to work along with you. And once again, Arch, I want to let you know, everybody deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Unless you have something to say.
I knew it. Isn't it?
Unless you have something to say on X right here. So that's interesting, though. And this was pointed out actually by Melanie, Melanie Mack. She says, if everyone deserves to be heard, then why do you have such restrictive voice chat policies in Black Ops 6?
Yep.
I mean, I think it's a valid point.
It's a great question.
Mm-hmm. So interesting. Now they also have some patch notes as well. And Based Beagles over here says, I'm a Christian white heterosexual male When do I get to be heard and seen since you turned off the comments in your newest post? They have not responded to that to let everybody know. So, but yeah, a little more virtue signaling here. And as one would expect, the quote tweets of this, the quote post or whatever it is, very much are letting them know how they feel about that. So you almost wonder, Arch, do you think that the reason that companies post this isn't to virtue signal, but just to drive engagement?
Well, it's been a common theory since the beginning of all of this that it is done for attention, but I don't really believe so. I think it is done because there's somebody on the team who genuinely does believe in this stuff, or is so ideologically captured that they've convinced themselves that they do. Because in the day and age of the internet, getting attention isn't hard. Any tard with a webcam, as ably demonstrated today, can get attention. What is difficult is getting positive attention.
Mm-hmm.
So the old adage of all PR is good PR no longer holds true. And I think that's been ably demonstrated by the very fact that so many companies are pulling away from it with repeated flops of various entertainment products.
Well, we've seen the response to this. This is from Taylor Hansen as well. Taylor Hansen over on X says, Call of Duty used to be about competition, not politics. When Nick Merck said the LGBT community should leave children alone, they scrubbed his bundle entirely and issued a statement how they were dedicated to Pride. But they'll sell you flashy Pride themed skins and promote weed bundles weekly. Voice chat is now auto moderated by AI. One flagged phrase and you're out. This isn't evolution, it's erosion. The soul of the franchise is buried under virtue signaling and store updates. In today's Call of Duty, politics comes first. Gameplay is secondary, and that's why the community is walking away in record numbers. A perfect example of a once great franchise forgetting the audience who made them successful in the first place.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, Call of Duty is obviously just cashing in. Like, they know their game has hit the level of popularity where people who don't know anything about the game or its history or anything else will purchase it like Madden. So they're going to milk it as hard as they conceivably can because they will get away with it. Like, I'm sorry, all Call of Duty bros out there who's like, oh, this will finally be it. It's finally been it for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
Call of Duty will eventually die, but it's going to be because the normies abandon it, not because anything we say, unfortunately.
I'm curious what the Call of Duty revenue is for 2025, because, like I said, they're going to do this because, oh my gosh, Call of Duty has generated over $35 billion since 2003. Holy moly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I am genuinely nostalgic for just full-on vampire capitalism, abusive capitalism, because at least it's better than the virtue signaling one. But remember, if you let a company get away with something, that will then become the standard.
Yep.
Simple as.
Well, Call of Duty, it's not just Call of Duty on your consoles or your PC. It's also Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile is still making $30 million a month. Like, that tells you everything you need to know. Call of Duty Mobile making $30 million a month. Holy moly. Let's talk about other uncomfortable moments dealing with Pride. This one, oddly enough, coming from Hasan Piker here. I don't know if you saw this post here. This is kind of interesting. He was on a podcast with several gay folks on it, and they were discussing the Pride flag. Said Hasan declares his love for a far-right Islamic terrorist organization known for the execution of gay men in front of his openly gay co-host during Pride Month. Here is this clip.
Let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag?
Yeah.
Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
I don't know flags.
It's this is a.
You know what? I'm gonna be brave.
What?
My favorite flag.
It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up.
Wow, son.
Or
we might have to cut this.
We're behind the paywall. It's fine.
He's like, we may have to cut this here.
Personally, for once, I wish to stand by my brother in homophobia, Hasan Piker. I honestly don't think I would have the balls to sit there in front of other gay men and go, I want to throw you off a building, you filthy degenerate. I can't say I would have the fortitude to do the same. So
it was very brave of him to say that in front of them, wasn't it? Because that's essentially what he said, right?
Yes, that is what he said.
Yeah, it's really
like
rough.
sitting in a room full of Jews and going, swat.
And with that, Arch will be joining us again in about 5 seconds. Okay, we got to get this under control here, Blabs. Hey, Arch.
I don't see the problem with any of this.
Well, was pointed out by Cogman.
Demonetized.
Now, go ahead, Arch. Say what you're going to say.
No, it is literally the equivalent. Like, you have here a group of people who genuinely hate them, and you're like, yeah, I like this flag.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Cogman points out, says, I still think it's quite revealing that Hasan constantly praises terrorists as not a violation of Twitch's terms of service, but calling a fat woman fat or a man gets you banned on Twitch. Yes.
It's because he's got the special privilege. This is not confusing. This is not difficult. Hasan Piker is protected by the powers that be because he's part of the institution that is Twitch. Therefore, he can say whatever he wants, and he gets like a 24-hour ban, tops.
Yes, this is true. Well, I'll tell you what. There are people though who are checking a list, or making a list and checking it twice, and it's not Santa Claus this June, Arch. It is Pride UK, as they are calling people out publicly, saying, we see you. And they're noticing, not just the normal man noticing the changes, but they notice as well. And they are not happy about the changes that you're seeing here with these companies. So also,
that started last year. There was a bunch of people who were crying about like, oh, rainbow capitalism is over. Like, on the one hand, I'm glad because they never cared about us. On the other, I'm scared. Yeah, no, they know that this was their cultural relevance. They don't have it anymore. The only reason why Pride was even made into Pride Month was because the companies thought they could push shit to people for a month, and it failed. So they're now disavowing, and the activists themselves now understand the piggy bank is going with them. So, of course, they're scared.
Well, that was that. Let's go and move on to our next segment here.
I can't get over what he said. My brother in homophobia.
Mary says, it warms my heart to see Halo standing by the demographic that made it successful, i.e. the male demographic. Oh, wait. Thanks, Marius. Mo says, what are boobs but bags of milk? Do you not like boobs, Craig? Mo, we're going to have issues here. And no, have you ever touched a boob before? They're not just bags of milk, Mo. What?
We actually have a whole ass message from John. He sent another voice audio back about milk in Canada. Did you want to hear it? I did screen it.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pull up the volume.
Listen, for one, I'm not that old. Two, I only drink bag milk. If I go to the store and I see it in cartons, I'm like, no thanks. Fuck is that? I fill my house with bag milk. I sleep on it like a mattress, so it feels like a waterbed. It's actually pretty sweet. You have a great day as well.
There you have it from a real Canadian. Bags of milk as a mattress.
I had a waterbed once. They suck. Do not follow his example.
But have
yeah,
you ever
I've heard that they're terrible, actually. And they, sometimes they cause issues and they deflate.
No, they're horrible.
But have you ever had a milk bed, though? A milk bed. That's what John has.
It's got to expire after a couple of weeks. That can't be very good. Then you got a chunky bag of milk.
Gross. Yeah, you know, sometimes your bed is soft, sometimes your bed is a little hard. And, you know,
Depends on where you're lying. Squish,
that's right.
squish. Yeah. Ew.
Ugh. It's funny. Marius says, anyway, I heard that in some cultures they refer to breast as nature's milk bags. Who says this? Nobody says that. Nobody. What cultures are you talking about? Specifically, what cultures are nobody talks like that, Marius. Nobody. Bruce says, ask Treyarch if the Comos deserve to be celebrated for who they are. I expect crickets. What is Comos? What is that?
Chomo?
Chomo? I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Thanks, Bruce. Sorry. I don't know. All right, let's go and move on. Let's see. Let's talk.
Oh, a Chomo's a child molester.
Oh, okay. No interest.
Did it.
I was going to say, Arch, do you want to talk about the Switch 2? No, you don't want to talk about the Switch 2.
PC Master Race.
No.
Well, I'll tell you something I know that you really want to talk about, and that is Fortnite. Listen.
It is everywhere now, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. All right. I'll tell you, let's not talk Fortnite. Let's not do it because Arch is going to power down. You know what I do? You know what I wanted to do? I want to show a video real quick. This has nothing to do with anything outside of it's just funny. Just a heads up, there is a state of play later today. We're not going to react to it. We'll give you guys a full rundown of all that stuff. Yesterday we talked about some of the insanity happening in the world. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Sorry. We talked about some of the insanity that's happening in the world. There's this guy named Nick Shirley. Have you seen this guy over on X before? Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley is he's like a young dude, probably early 20s, and he's a man on the street reporter. And he goes out and his channel does really well on YouTube, and occasionally he posts clips over on X. And I wanted to share this with you. Now, he is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which we all know what happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota several years ago, right? And he's over here talking to people of the African variety here. Some would call them African Americans. And he is confronting an anti-white white man who, quote, deserves to be robbed. Now, this is a 3-minute video here. And this is like a giant roller coaster. So I want to react to this with you, Arch. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh, excellent.
And I too would call them African Americans. I would not call them basketball Americans because they're too short.
No, I did not call them that, just to be clear. Blabs, have you seen this?
No, I haven't. I usually avoid the idiots, to be honest.
Okay, here we go. Let's go check this out.
Hey, who is this guy? Come with me. Here we go. Look, now he's running. There he is. He's running away. What's going on? You got a problem with us live streaming or what?
I mean, this ain't where you're from.
Is there a problem with me being here?
You're a white person.
What was that all about?
Y'all don't pay the stolen land tax?
You're white as well, dude. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And you're whiter than him.
Well, you're white as well. I don't understand where you're coming from.
Because you got to take accountability for it.
Accountability for what?
Systemic problems. Because this right here, you're occupying indigenous land here. You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait.
So real quick, Arch, does this happen where you live? Is there people like this where you live?
I have yet to see anybody wearing a coffee filter as a mask. No.
This is the 2025 variety of it here. Yes.
But we do have people going like, this is stolen land. They're called the Sami, and I hate them a lot.
What is that about? What's the argument there?
The Sami came here about 800 years after us and went, we own this now. And they've been going on about that for another 800 years thereafter.
Okay. So but there are people like this all over the place here. And this guy, I imagine there's probably a lot more of these people in Minnesota, right, where this takes place than there are per capita. Like as you go west in the United States, or towards the coast in the United States, you find more and more people like this. But let's go and see how this goes, because once again, you are occupying indigenous land. Means standing somewhere where someone used to stand. Okay.
You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait,
So
but
are
I
you.
can say the exact same thing to you.
You can. And you should.
And you're occupying this
and
space.
we should. We should be calling out people. Honestly, he and
is
I deserve
we?
to be robbed.
Okay, there it is. Honestly, he and I deserve to be robbed.
That is so insulting to the black dude. Like, holy
Right.
shit.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Hello there, melanated individual. I know your kind's proclivities for armed robbery. I'm just
Yes.
saying, if you're feeling the urge right now.
so let's see how this escalates here.
Sweet. You say we deserve to be robbed. Yeah. Okay, take his iPhone. Take it.
Okay, take it.
Take it.
Do you think he's gonna give it to him?
He's probably just not gonna let him. I think he's just gonna stand there and let it happen.
I would hope he wouldn't.
Let's see what happens.
I use it for
there,
mutual
do it
aid.
right
Give me
now.
it. You want to help my mutual aid friends?
Give me it.
You want to? Okay.
Give me it.
Do you want to?
Take his iPhone. Take his iPhone.
You just said you
Dude,
didn't want it.
dude.
Give me it. I use this to help people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You want to go
Who do you
talk to
help?
Rhonda?
Who do you help?
I help Rhonda. I help my friend Corey.
You just said
I
you
help my
deserve to be
friend
robbed,
Omar.
though.
I help so many people that need this because that's the way that I connect with people.
So you
My God.
we deserve to be robbed, but not me. Not me, by the way. I just want to point that out. So don't steal me. Don't rob me. But we, yeah. So, anyways, there's always rules for thee, but not for me.
They need this. I do as much as I can.
But no, you just said you deserve to be robbed.
It seems like you need this.
He needs a phone. He needs a phone. Help him out. He needs a phone.
You want this phone? Come get it. Come get it.
Oh no! Oh no! Now we're escalating.
Said he deserves to be robbed.
Do you know what Kofi is?
Come get it.
We can do that.
Look,
we can do that.
Look, now they'll
we
take
can
the
do
phone.
Kofi. We can do Kofi. I use this for crowdfunding.
No, you said you deserve to be robbed, though.
I use this for
this
mutual
bitch
aid.
in my hand.
And you'll be hurting people.
Who?
You'll be hurting my friend Corey.
How?
My friend Corey.
It's always something else. That's right. Rules for thee, not
Needs
for me.
resources.
Resources.
Okay. How are you helping your friend Corey so far if she doesn't have those resources?
Because I give them to her.
Where's my $30?
As well as several
Giving
other
Where's my $30?
So that's the way that these people should be treated. Where's my money? Just walk up with your hand out. Where's my $30? Give me my $30.
To her and actually allowing her to
So you
have
said
the
you
choices
wanna
of
help
This guy
all
said he deserves to be
different-
robbed. I don't
all
want to be robbed.
different
We're not going to let these kids rob him.
different things.
But see what happens when he says, I deserve to be robbed, and then he gets robbed. See what happens? He doesn't want to get robbed because nobody wants to get robbed. No one deserves to get robbed.
You should.
This guy's a lunatic.
Huh?
You should be.
Should be what?
You should be upset with people like me.
I am. That's why I'm finna rob your dumbass.
That's the best. Oh my gosh.
What?
Why?
Huh?
I mean,
why?
you
Because you're
can't-
on indigenous land, not your
Yeah.
land. My people's land. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I can do whatever the fuck I please on my land. Now give me the phone.
I need it to help people.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I got 10.
I got 10.
Give me $10.
Man, I know you got more than $30. Show me your wallet. I'll bet you got $30.
Go to the bank. Go to the bank. Go to.
Not what?
Wait, we still getting the phone. Let me get the phone.
And you see this, people? You see how the cycle works? I said I wouldn't take the phone. My little niggas, on the other hand, I didn't say nothing about them.
He said he deserves to get robbed.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. And I think all they did there was just put the shit right back in the kid's face and be like, here you go. This is what you asked for. And like that. I feel sorry for the kid with the coffee filter for a mask, right? I do, because he's clearly broken. He's the type of kid who would show up at at an event or something like that feels like his identity is tied to the rainbow, right? He has no identity outside of that. He's probably in his early 20s. COVID really messed them in his teens. And here he is thinking that he needs to let everybody know how he's helping everybody. Listen, I'm helping people. Don't rob me. Don't rob me. I'm the good guy here, but I'm also the bad guy here because I'm right. Like it's amazing to see how these people have literally just been broken. They're broken individuals, and it's sad. You said this happens in your neck of the woods as well, Arch?
Not quite this bad, no, luckily. But of course, he's an individual who's been indoctrinated. And you can tell that by the fact that he doesn't understand his own doctrine. which is why he goes, we deserve to be robbed. No, you can't rob me because I'm giving resources. This is a classic case of somebody who is simply indoctrinated. They haven't thought about their ideology very closely. They haven't investigated the obvious contradictions in that ideology. They have simply been told that if you do this, you'll be a good person. And that's not necessarily the case.
This may be my favorite of the day. Like, straight up statement. And I feel like we need to open every podcast letting everybody know that this stream is on indigenous internet. I feel like that's something that should be very important for us to do before we start a show. This actually, like, how do we fix this? Like, that's exactly what you do. You point at it and you laugh at it and you let people know how stupid they are. I think that's the only way you can fix something like this. It's insane. These people are literally broken. Blabs, I don't know. Do you have anything on that?
I think it's insane. I do agree that this is the best way to do this, is have a conversation back with them, right? That's the only way to keep going. Otherwise, we just become just like them and vice versa. So yeah, I think these are like the best way to have these conversations, is just to be right in their faces and be like, so you said this, so this is what's going to happen now, and see how they retaliate. Yeah.
I think that those guys who go out and do the street interviews are not so much brave, but they do the Lord's work, right? And pointing out the hypocrisy with all these people. And that's the only way, that's the only thing that you can really do. I admire kids like this Nick Shirley guy. When I say admire, I use that term loosely. But I say maybe I appreciate the work that they do and kind of pointing it out, because this stuff needs to be done. Now, the reality is that this guy has no idea that he's gone viral, right? He has no idea, because it's not in his algorithm, in his world. So he has no idea that he's being laughed at by everybody, which also is a major part of the problem. But it's so funny. It legitimately just makes me giggle seeing these folks who are like this. Still in 2025, still wearing the mask, still talking about indigenous land. And the reality is that they will live their entire life like that until it's, go ahead, Arch.
The problem is, I don't think this will do anything. Like, what this needs is actually like a re-education campaign of outreach. And I know that sounds bad, but the thing is, mocking them is not going to do anything. It'll only entrench them further, because nobody responds to mockery. Nobody responds to being told that they're wrong, no matter how logical the point is put across. The human mind naturally closes down to critique. So I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if there is a simple way to fix this. I think, if anything, it would be a very complex solution that needs to be done. And it's just by changing culture. Make it uncool to be like this, so that they'll seek the recognition they thought they would get from their quote-unquote charitable work someplace else.
When it comes to you mentioned like re-education, right? That's a very like dangerous, I would say dangerous term, right? A lot of people have a negative connotations to that, or stigma, a very polarizing term. Maybe that's a better way to say it. But I do think that there is value in providing an alternative. Like, I was talking about, I was thinking about this the other day, right? There are these kids who, they are socially awkward, right? They have been broken, but they also don't know anything different. So if you were to offer them, like, let's say you offered some sort of summer camp or something like that, where you did take away their phones, there was no phones, they just got in touch with nature for the summer. They actually had to have real life conversations with real people, not in their little Discord groups or Reddit communities. I think, you do a summer camp like that with or even a couple weeks away. I think that would do some serious healing. Just going out and touching grass, if that makes sense. Am I wrong with that?
Well, Yeah, like the problem is if you've been indoctrinated into something, you can't be convinced out of it. What's the saying? You cannot be reasoned out of a position you have not reasoned yourself into.
Sure.
So no matter the negative connotations of re-education, we're going to have to take a page out of the Soviet book on this one.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Well, like you said, summer camps, but they called them gulags.
Okay. Oh, that's not what I was going for.
We can try to make these nicer, but in essence.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to do it nicer. I don't want to do the gulag by any means. I'm not advocating for that. But I appreciate your passion for that, Arch. That's good. All right, man, oh man, what a show! Today, I love when you're on, Arch. It just goes all over the place. We're everywhere all the time, and it's chaos for 2 hours. So thank you.
This is good.
This is good.
This is good. It is. It is. We do wonderful things here. All right, we do have some support to get to. And you guys watching over on Kick, I'm going to raid Lady Desiree's stream. She's just getting started over on Kick, her stream. So we're going to send you guys over there. So guys, thanks for we're actually growing on Kick, which is very cool. So you guys tuning in for the first time, follow us over there. We're approaching 1,000 followers on Kick, which is something I did not expect. You guys watching over on Rumble, appreciate you guys as well. And you guys obviously over on Plus. Speaking of Plus, coming up in just about 1 hour and 5 minutes, Kirsche will be having her stream, her exclusive to Plus stream, where she's going to be doing like a Q&A and chill. So you guys sign up for Plus right now. It is exclusive to Plus members. We're going to be doing a lot more fun stuff like this. Link is down below in the description. You can use promo code, you can use promo code FoxLady and get a big discount over there. Or just use our link if you want to support us and support things like King of the Couch, which is happening next Saturday exclusively for Plus members. So a lot of good things happening. Arch, you got anything you want to promote before we let you bounce, or do you want to stick around?
No, I'm a very humble person. Nothing to promote.
Okay. Do you want to stick or do you want to bounce?
I'll probably excuse myself and get ready for my own stream later today.
Sounds good.
Picking up his swords.
Yeah,
Yep,
go pick up all your artillery over there to your left. All right, buddy. Have a great day. We'll catch you later, okay?
Definitely. I'll see you again in a couple of weeks.
All right, see you,
Bye.
All right. All right. What a guy, huh? Tell you what, he's all
Character.
He's great.
My homophobics. Like, oh my god. Anyway, okay. Super chats. Mercenary says the coffee filter causes lack of O2 and brain damage. Marlon for 10 says, oh no, the consequences of my own actions are here. I don't feel sorry since he can grow up, but he won't even after that. Kyle says, lifelong Minnesotan here. Grew up in a small town where most people aren't fucking insane. Minneapolis and St. Paul have ruined this entire state.
Yes.
Hear that. Tawa says, I want to hear Craig say,
Genesis, what Nintendenesis?
well done. Snooty says, hail to the new Side Scrollers Plus members. Also hail to new people in
Oh,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Avant has become a Plus member. Woohoo!
Let's go.
Thomas says, can we clean up the streets too? All the rainbow murals, pedestrian crossings, and flags. All that city-sponsored garbage that I could live without. For real, for real.
For real.
Plus, this says, ask Arch about the AI Milky's tunes that have been made about him. Sorry you missed that one, but you know what? He probably didn't want to hear it anyway. West says, I'm not from California, Georgia, and a number of other states allow raw milk. The raw milk ban is a major shortcoming when it comes to freedom in Texas. I just use California as an example since it's been known to a nanny state and even they allow it. Texas is great, but you guys come up short when it comes to milk.
Oh, listen. I will not fight you on that, but don't ever compare us to California. Ever.
Have you ever seen the video, like, what's his name, Julius or whatever, Julian? And he just like, pour me a glass of milk. Anyway, It's fantastic. Oh, Commodore fans, is Craig did eat some magic mushrooms today? Probably.
Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Commodore fans says Arch be rocking the Bob Villa look today. B Bear says no bagged milk will ever be our bagged milk. Craig, probably.
That's right. Will never be our bag milk, yes.
Jay says Romano cheese on spaghetti for the win. Cladix says look up Unanswered Oddities Episode 1 Humans by Neural Viz. It's an AI series. It's 2 minutes long. Thank you for the suggestion.
All right.
Tater Pig says milk is made in a bag. Udders are bags of skin. What says it's the $10 Switch 2 game. It sounds like you may need to buy other accessories like a camera, etc., in order to access some of the content. Okay.
Thank Wiz. Appreciate it.
Well, we're gonna talk Nintendo tomorrow because tomorrow's the launch day. Yeah.
Yep.
Aramis says, I'm sorry, no, it's not topic, but I don't know why this made me laugh more than it did. I want to share with everyone.
By the way, speaking of the launch of Switch 2, should I go to like Costco tomorrow and try to get one?
Do you want it?
Not really.
Then why are you buying it?
But I feel like we probably need one, like when we do events, like King of the Couch.
You'll find one better on a sale.
They're not going to go on sale at all.
Christmas?
Nah.
Deals?
No way.
Anyway, apparently this is it. How I feel after releasing 2 alligator in Bro's living room and saying, welcome to Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Thank you, Aramis. Very odd. Poe Gelda says, hey, Craig, ask Blabs about the best Italian cheese. It's an artisanal cheese made exclusively on a small island of the coast of Italy, Casu Marzu. So I had to look this up because I have no idea what it was. And it is not the best cheese. Do you know what that is?
Mozzarella.
Okay, it's Sardinian cheese that contains live insect larvae.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Thanks for
right.
that.
So no
That's
thanks. I shut him down real quick. No mozzarella for you. Mozambique says Galo hasn't been a meme since 2015. It's real.
Let's go.
Aramis says for the Adeptus Arbit's book recommendations, I suggest the books Enforcer, Crossfire, Blind, Legacy, all written by Matthew Farrer. His has suspense, action, betrayal, grim, dark. Although the works for 40K universe, hope it helps. Those are a lot of big words. I didn't know what you said, but thank you. Miku says DK taking the stand in the Diddy trial today.
Oh, it's good. Good to hear.
And Game Hunter says 2 days ago was Asmongold's VTuber daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful. Didn't know that. That's good. Didn't know that. Speaking of VTubers, coming up, like I said, in 1 hour from now, Kirsche over on Side Scrollers Plus. Looking forward to that. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff. We got some great announcements coming very, very soon regarding Plus. Kirsche is just the tip of the spear, if you will. We're going to be providing so much value for you guys once again, including King of the Couch coming up in just a couple weeks or just about 10 days from now. Holy moly, it's moving quick. Looking forward to that. It's going to be great. So head over to sidescrollersplus.com. Open up a new tab. We are if 10 of you would join today, that would be spectacular. And you get access to all the fun stuff, the exclusive content over there. Head on over there and join sidescrollersplus.com. You can use whatever promo code you like, or you can just join at full price, and we will promise our value will we will provide you guys tons of value. With that said, guys, have a great rest of your day. You guys tuning in over on what? Oh,
Josh for 10 says, I hate you, Craig. Kirsch's exclusive stream on Side Scrolls Plus is late in the day, 2 p.m. CT. I work nights, so I'm going to be late for work. Hope the boss won't get mad at me. Wait, I am the boss, LOL.
Let's go. Yes. Well, here's the beautiful thing about that is that you can actually watch it after it's done. So it'll be available for everybody. So how about that?
On Plus, that is.
On Plus, yes. Available for everybody over on Plus. So how about that?
How about them apples?
How about them apples indeed? All right. So I don't know how to raid over on Kick, but we're going to give it a try. See what happens.
You should be able. Isn't it host? I haven't raided in like a good year. It's backspace host, not raid.
Yeah, and then you just put Dez's stuff over there. So, all right, you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys later on. Hopefully, I can get this figured out over there. And if we can, cool. If we can't,
what does this mean? Craig, make Blabs tag walls on skates like JSR. What is that?
I have no idea.
What does that even mean?
No idea.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I ending the stream? Are you?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you got the hosting over on Kick. Anyway, whatever. Bye, everybody. Fatality, fart noises.